to do a video for you today about how I keep my kids busy at a restaurant. We eat out a lot. We go to pubs, we go to restaurants, all different kind of places, and my kids are relatively well behaved anyway, so it's not much of an issue, but I like to make sure I've always got something with me when I go out to keep them entertained, because if I don't want them running around the restaurant and annoying other people that have just come out for a Sunday lunch or whatever. So I put together a couple of bags. I originally was going to do little mini suitcases, but I thought they'd be too big. So I put together a couple of bags, one each for both of my kids, that are going to stay in my car, and they'll just come out every time we go out somewhere. And just little bits and pieces to keep them entertained. We was at a pub recently, and somebody commented on how well behaved my kids were, and they were really impressed. And that's always a good thing to hear as a mum. So I thought I would share it with you guys and see if you could try the same thing. I'm going to start off with the bags. This one is Oliver's for my 4-year-old. It came from WH Smith's and it was £7.50. I got these because they were quite tall, so they would fit a full-size colouring book, which is good. I didn't want to have to get a small one. So yeah, I bought them a bit bigger. This was on offer, £7.50. It's got little pockets inside. It's got a big pocket on the front and 2 on the sides. So yeah, that's his bag, which I will take out with me. And this is Sydney's for my 16-month-old. This is obviously quite big for her. Well, she's really a little baby. She's a toddler-ish, but it is quite big for her. But again, I wanted it big because I wanted something that would fit a colouring book, but it would still be easy for us to carry or to put underneath the buggy. I particularly like this one because it's got Velcro pencil case that attaches to the front. I think she's going to really like that when she gets older. And it has as well an insulated pocket on the front. So if you wanted to keep something warm or cold, food and whatnot, that would be good on a trip out to the seaside or something like that. And then it's got a huge compartment in the middle. And even the little tags on the zips are lovely too. They're rubber and they're quite strong. So this was slightly more. This was £10. His was from WH Smith's. Hers was from The Entertainer. So that's the bags I'm going to use. So first thing I put in for them both each was a colouring book or activity book. Oliver's got this Peppa Pig one. It says £5.99. I didn't pay £5.99. I think I got this in Tesco's and it was a bit less. What I liked about this was that each page is actually a placemat. So it has a perforated strip along the top of the page that you just rip off if you didn't want to take the whole book out with you. And then once they're finished, you can just rip it off anyway. So however you wanted to do it. On the first page, it's got space to write their name, age, their birthday, their best friend, their favourite colour. So lots of different bits. And then behind it is all sorts of activities, noughts and crosses, a little maze, word search, just all different activities. It was just a bit too old for Sydney, so she didn't get one of those. So Sydney got this big yellow book of colouring. This says £3.99 on it, but again, I think it was a bit cheaper. I like this one because it had great big pictures, so easy for her little hands to colour in. So yeah, both got a little book. They also both got from Tesco's these Go Create twist up crayons. Got them because I thought that Sydney would be less likely to eat them. She puts everything in her mouth. To be fair, they do say not for under 3, but I think they say that on crayons anyway. So she obviously wants to join in with colouring. So I've got them both a packet of those. Oliver, I got a packet of chunky Crayola felt tips, but I left them in the shop stupidly. So now we don't have those, so I have to buy them again. They also got each stickers. These are good ones because they're individual. There's no backing to them, so you can just peel them off. But if you do get a normal book of stickers, the best thing to do is to peel the backing off you know, the little bit that goes around the sticker, and it makes it a lot easier for children to pull them off. So definitely do that if you're going to use stickers. So they've both got a pack of those. Okay, I also got for them both some games.
Before you do that, can you put the kettle on for me, please? There's water in there.
Okay, so I also got for them both some games. Or I should say a toy for Sydney because she's a bit too little for games. Oliver got Dobble. This is one of his favourite games. You basically, it's a set of cards. Whoever's playing it gets you get a set of cards each, and it's a bit like Snap. You have to match a symbol. So Oliver will put this card down, I'll put this one down, and then we both have to race to see what the matching symbol is. So I can see on here the matching symbol is this sun. So you have to shout out the symbol, and then whoever gets it right takes those cards. It's a really clever little game. Kids love it, but it's just so clever because no matter what combination of cards you put down, there will always be a matching symbol. That's really clever. I think it's for ages 6 and up, but my 4-year-old has been playing this since he was 3 and he loves it. So yeah, ages 6 and up apparently, but it's not. Okay, I also got Oliver Go Fish. I think this is an American game. I've seen it on television. Basically, this was £7.50 by the way from John Lewis. You get a pack of fishy cards. They're all different colours, and the idea of the game is to match as many pairs of fish as you can and make sure that your hand is empty. So we've played this a couple of times. He really likes this. Good game. Yeah, so that was £7.50 from John Lewis. Go Fish. Sydney, we just got her this little Teletubby phone. It lights up with all the different Teletubbies and they talk. She loves Teletubbies at the moment, so we thought that would be a good game for her. She's already played this quite a bit. Okay, so the next thing that I always make sure we have when we go out is cutlery, because often we find that the cutlery isn't clean when we go to restaurants, and that's not very nice. And also because they don't often have children's cutlery, so it means that they struggle to cut their food up and we spend forever cutting it for them. So at least this gives them a fighting chance of actually doing it themselves. So Oliver's is this little set. It's quite fancy, but it's from John Lewis and I got it for him for Christmas because it matched our cutlery set. So it's a little posh set, but we've got several sets like that, and it's nice to have one to take out with us. And then Sydney has this little set here with little owls on it. She likes those. They're chunky, so easy to hold, and they've got like a rubber grip around the edge. So really lovely. Definitely would advise taking your own cutlery out. I always make sure I have a bib to hand to put in her bag. So that's always ready to go because she always ends up covered in food and then I have a clean up mission on my hands. So it's nice to have that, and it's something I always forget to put in my changing bag. So it's nice to have that ready to go. Also a cup, because that's another thing that restaurants and cafes lack is child-friendly cups and anything to drink out of. If you haven't been able to bring a cup with you, then usually you can grab a straw. So that's always a good way. I always get my daughter, if I haven't got her cup, I'll get her a straw from the bar, and that helps her to be able to have a drink. I think that's everything. Basically, that, like I said, those bags will stay in my car, and then if we, at the drop of a hat, decide we're going to go for dinner somewhere, we're always ready to go. The kids love them. They're a great idea to keep your kids entertained. So I'd love to hear from you if you end up giving this a go and it works for you and it keeps your kids busy. You could do this anyhow you wanted. You could change it up for older children. So obviously my stuff is quite orientated for younger kids, but if you've got older ones, you could just put whatever they like in there. You could also put, if they've got a tablet or an iPad that they like, you could put that in. we do sometimes take out my son's tablet and his little earphones so it doesn't cause anybody any nuisance. But that's quite a good way of keeping him entertained if I know we're going to be out for quite a while. So tablet's always a good way to go. And if you're looking to do it on a budget, the Pound Shop would be a great place to go because they've got loads of stuff in there for children to keep them busy. So Pound Shop is always a good one to try. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below if you like this video, and don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm new to YouTube and putting videos out every Sunday. So yeah, let me know if you like this one and any comments or tips that you've got for me. I always reply. So yeah, let me know, and I'd love to see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.